All right. So, hello, everybody in my room and in the universe, the TV land universe, and the the world at large. So let's just start by coming in for a landing in your body. Take any of this guidance as an offering that you can take or not. You don't have to do it. You can do something totally different. And feel free to listen to your own body to experience being inside your own body and respond to that in what feels good to you. But just taking a minute to come in to land on the earth and also to feel like the heavens or the sky, feeling the vastness and the spaciousness of what's above, and then the grounded energy of what is below, and then us in the middle, feeling into that with our awareness, bringing our awareness online. Or bringing our attention to our awareness, however you want to think of it. And bringing your awareness to sensation. So letting yourself feel anything in your body that you need to feel or that is available. And let's add a theta breath. So a soft hissing sound. And with the theta breath, maybe a little bit of turning your head from side to side. It doesn't have to be a linear panning from one side to the other. It could be really just sticking in one place or another, but letting yourself turn your head either with eyes open or with eyes closed, and a soft, gentle hiss coming out of your mouth. This can go as fast or as slow as feels good to you. Taking resting breaths anytime you need them. Go in without a plan. Like I can go in there and think I'm going to know what I'm going to do, but if I go in and I just really feel into my body, it might be different. Going on the adventure to I don't know where, to you don't know where. With the invitation of the day to reconnect to flow, to reconnect to the flow of your breath, to the fluids in your body, to reconnect to the flow of being. You're always in the flow of being, whether you think you are connected to that or not. You have no choice. We are all, as long as we're alive on this planet, connected to this flow of being. We're all in the ecosystem together. So sometimes I think that I am this separate me who's doing things because of my choices. But when I expand my perception to the bigger field, it's like, oh no, I was affected by this, I was affected by that, this made me do that, this made me do that. Like just being in the world, it was a hot day, so I sweat, I got hot, I got cranky, or something else. So it's not that I'm here alone having this experience. I am in the experience with everyone else, with everything else that's going on. And we're all affecting each other on this nervous system level, on this planetary level, and this sort of cosmic level, as well as this primordial base level. So, in this time, just inviting yourself in to your ecosystem, to your body mind, in the space that we have together to offer yourself any kind of nutrition or nourishment that you need or that you can receive. So, coming into a capacity to receive in our bodies, receiving flow. We don't have to make it happen, we just can notice it. So maybe coming into the wave of the breath and feeling that natural growing and shrinking that happens with the breath. You don't need to think about breathing. Your body will breathe. but you can think about breathing if you want to. And let yourself play with micro movement. So, tuning into the river of the spine, the nervous system from the brain down through your spinal cord, routing out through your limbs. Imagine that your nervous system is kind of, I don't know how to say this. I don't want to say lighting up, like it's not like turning on like a lamp, but that there's energy moving through it, connected energy, and also that it is supported within the fluid structure of your body. So imagine that your nervous system is within this fluid structure of your body, bolstered, supported, and held with very intelligent care. The fluids of the cerebral spinal fluid supporting your brain and your spinal cord, the fluids of the extracellular matrix and your fascia holding your nerves right in exactly the right place. There's nothing that you need to do. So letting yourself rest in that, letting your nervous system rest in this nourishing place. And let's add just a puffed breath sound for that. So it's going to be, well, let's go with a puffed O. So it's going to be like you're making an O sound, but it's going to come through your mouth and you're kind of blowing your cheeks up like a puffer fish. Not a huge amount. I'll come up close and show you. So it's like this. And you can imagine freeing up the pattern of the way that you hold your face, of your ego, your personality, and just let this sound come through your mouth. And let your lips kind of bubble and puff and then come back in, freeing up your mouth. So the sphincters of your mouth down through your gut body have this chance to be more like sea creatures than like humans, just hanging out, floating inside your body. I just to name that I have a little white kitty who is making a whole lot of noise right now, and I don't know why. So I may pop up and go check out the situation. I think this is a feed me and I want attention cry, but I'm not sure. So playing with the puffed O. He got fed, but he's not interested in the food, so I don't know what the noise is about. My parents always said, worry about the things you can change, not the things you can't. And feeding the kitty, I can change. So inviting some micro movement into your system, and I really want to play with this idea of the elements working together. So that there's a coherence of the elements inside your body. There's coherence of the breath, coherence with the blood flow, with the fluid flow, coherence with the bones, the earthy quality of our body, and coherence with the heartbeat and the nervous system information moving back and forth. So feeling into, maybe with micro movement, maybe in stillness, feeling into what it feels like to have this nervous system. Sometimes I can really feel the buzz of my nervous system. And I'm just going to play with the puffed O a little bit longer, inviting in micro movement. Adding the sound vibration offers our vagus nerve a chance to downregulate, and that's part of that coherence of the body. If it feels stressful at all, don't do it. You can just come back to regular breathing or back to the theta breath. Also, when we add the sound vibration, you can add hands on just to feel more into that vibration. Even having like earbuds in changes my experience of the sound vibration, like because they're in my ears, closing off other sound. It's much stronger for me with the earbuds in. Letting any kind of impingements of culture or self, I want to say self-annihilation, self-judgment, any of the sort of tightenings that are held around you being a person in the world, in a culture, in a society, in a family, just let those go for this little while. Let them crack away, let them fall away. Being present with your animal body, present in this living organism, this living experience, in this experience with all these other living organisms, trees, animals, the actual earth, the microbiome, the fungi, the mycelium, all the different things that are alive, pulsing with life together at this moment, right? We are sharing this moment together in aliveness. So I'm kind of adjusting my puffed O into a little bit more overtone as I let my mouth open up. My lips are very relaxed and I'm just playing with it. You can do that, or you can just breathe normally. Feel into what feels good to you, what feels nourishing, what offers relief, and move into that. Nestle into the gravitational pull of the earth. Nestle into your living tissue. And let the sound just be play, just interesting and curious, not trying too hard to do anything, but just letting the sound come out, letting the vibration come out. Allowing your awareness to land in the play of being, the playfulness of being, with some freedom, some free flow. So we can talk about free flow energy as having that childlike or animal play quality, this freedom to it. It's not constricted, it's not mature, it's not right, it's not wrong. It's just playful, it's open. Open, spacious playfulness in your experience of being. Invite it in. Maybe you don't feel that way that right now. You can just invite it. Well, what if I felt so playful, open, and spacious? What if it was safe to really just be at play in being a human in a body on the planet? So for me, the sound stuff offers that, playing with the different sounds and feeling it into my system. And as I'm in those places, the rest of the story gets to rest. I'm not telling myself what's happening and who did what and what I did and what they did and what's going on in the world. I'm just playing in the sound. And I'm going to add music. And let us move a little bit more if that feels good. This will be ambient fields. Let's go to album 1, song 1. If you feel like doing any sounding with that, feel free. Let yourself receive the sound and let the sound speak to your cells. Let the sound speak to your tissues. Maybe you're making the sound, maybe you're just receiving the music. Letting the shape of the sound inform your body, inform your movement. And I'm going to take this down to the floor and use this opportunity to roll around and fully landing on the planet. And also feeling the pull of the sky, the call to the heavens, right? I can come down to earth. I can also feel the reach upwards to the sun, to the sky. All the experiences that you have in your life are happening within this aware space. Who is having the experience? And where is it happening? This experience of being. Allowing yourself to attune to the elements, to the spaciousness, to the openness, to the flow. And it may even be that somewhere there's the flow of thoughts bubbling along. That's fine too. Just keep coming back to sensation, keep coming back to that space of awareness. Letting go of all the stories, if that feels okay. You can imagine that you actually don't have to do anything. Just being present with yourself. You can allow the elements within your body to do the work for you. The wisdom and intelligence of your own body-mind to readjust in any way that is helpful, skillful, nourishing. Giving your body, mind, yourself full permission to do whatever it is you need to do in this moment. Sometimes it can be emotional. Sometimes most of the time for me, it's really not emotional. It's just being present. It's like a big relief to drop down into this sense of being. But sometimes it's emotional. Sometimes our body's just giving the chance to process things. And just allowing yourself to be present with whatever is showing up. We don't have to change and fix everything. We're just present with all that's happening as it is. We are a part of this wholeness pattern of being that we're all experiencing together at this moment in time. And oddly, I can say that, and even if this is being watched on the replay, we're still connected in this moment in time in some metaphysical way, some ineffable way, connecting to that. Inviting your own body to experience itself as energetic flows without the image of your body. How does it know its shape and form? Without having a mental image of it, how do we experience the shape and form of our body? And if I close my eyes and just come into the sensation, it's very different than watching it or trying to look like something. Just being movement. Even in stillness, we're still movement, right? The breath, the blood flow, the thought flow. Inviting your fascia and your nervous system together to release any kind of death grip they have on anything you're worrying and freaking out about. Just let it go. Let it become softer and easier. It's an invitation. You don't have to let it go, but if you can invite in those holding patterns or those worries or those stresses just to melt a little bit, soften a little bit. Once you find any kind of patterning within your body or within your movement, see if you can just shift it slightly, like just change the movement. Once you have the plan of where you're going to go somewhere different, adventuring into the I don't know. There's an exercise that my friend Michael Taft, meditation teacher, has called dropping the ball. And basically, it's that as soon as you notice that you've clasped onto something, that you're gripping onto something, you just let it go. So it's really just about finding, what am I gripping onto? What have I contracted? What am I holding onto? Okay, let me just release my hand. Let's let it go. So you can do that with your thought or with the pattern of your movement or anything. As soon as you notice you've connected to the thing, just soften and melt, let it go. Unless you really are enjoying yourself, and then hold on, right? Feel free to enjoy whatever you're holding on to. But if it's a little bit more grippy, suffery, let it go. Even if we try to hold on too tightly to our enjoyment, that becomes painful. We used to have these posters around my house that had like wildlife pictures and then a saying. And one of them, my dad put them up, and one of them said, "If you love something, set it free." Sometimes it's the idea of something that you need to set free. Sometimes it's crusty old thinking about yourself or about other people that you need to set free. What are you ready to set free? What little grippy thing is blocking flow that you can open up and let it go? I saw some video on Instagram of a dam, and they released a sluice gate in the dam. And first, what came out of that was like muck and sludge and debris. And for quite a while, it was like, whoa, this thing was like locked up and just blocked. But once that thing had flowed for a little while, suddenly clear water started shooting forth, right? So sometimes there's a little bit of sludge in there, whatever we're holding on to. It might take a little while for that stuff to start to clear. And we want to give our body and our experience time to adapt to what's changing. Maybe it's not our experience that needs the time, it's our body mind. It's us, our human capacity to adapt, to change, or to just life, activity. Body likes slow. Body likes the slow adaptation. Build strength slow. And it's the same with this, like coming into presence with ourselves. We can take our time. There's no rush. Inviting yourself to explore what it is to be here in this human body right now. This organic living body. Imagining even that the tiniest little micro movement, the tiniest little thing can make a huge change in the energy level or in the release in your body or anything. Just the smallest, most gentle little thing could provide a lot of relief. Doesn't have to be a huge, big, massive change or anything. It can just be small. Small arrivals in presence with yourself, with your cells in the moment. also ask yourself every once in a while, can I go a little deeper into this? Can I take this a little bit deeper? Can I experience this more fully? And it's not to say that we can't have some like push pull in our movement or some balance with that. We can have that. That can be there. It's not like we want to just be these noodles that can't move and there's nothing going on, but we can have this strength and resilience as well. Turning that down, giving us a couple of minutes to experience quiet or stillness, whatever you need to process the processing. There's a quote from the Talmud that says, every blade of grass has its own angel that looks over it and whispers, grow, grow. So that's what I mean, like being part of this huge wholeness pattern. We think that we're in there by ourselves, but there's so much. We're held and contained within this field all together. So, yeah. So that is the end of that TV land. Folks, I'm going to hope that you come back.